every day, well, not every day, every other day, seemingly, who knows anymore? You're living this cycle of seniordom. You do things over and over again, and you like it, and you get used to doing them at a certain time. And when it doesn't work out that way, we get cranky. So be nice to us. Don't mess with us. But somebody here, Sophia, okay, what's this name? And I walk by her and I go, I know, I keep forgetting her name because I want to go online. Because what year was this poured? Let's see. Yeah, certainly not 1929. This looks fairly new, right? By comparison, but it's probably been a while. So she's probably older now. Her writing looks like that of maybe a precocious 10-year-old, both the way it's written and, of course, the name itself. But so I just wanted to find out. See, this is what we get into weird stuff, us old people, and you don't want to tick us off. I'm back home. I called the police. The authorities are on their way. We're not going to have to deal with this person anymore. She may think she was skated a long time ago, but we remember, don't we? Hang on a second. I lost the screen there. Okay, here now things are beginning to take focus. Now we get a clearer idea. Well, I hope you learned something of that little expedition, little foray into a typical American neighborhood in the year 2018. And the lesson, of course, is that your past is going to follow you into the present. No matter what you do, I'm going to find out. So, there is a lesson, right? I mean, some of you are getting this immediately. It's the idea of what would possess a little girl like that to go out and destroy a man's entire work of an afternoon, pouring that concrete, with precision. This is when people had pride in craftsmanship. And she just goes out there in, her tutu or whatever, her little tiara, the little princess that she was, and thinks that she can just, this doesn't mean anything. This man's hard work means nothing. And I'm going to show you by writing my name over it. And so, it's like she learned well from all the folks at the Tower of Babel. That's our problem, isn't it? We try to make a name for ourselves. Now, what God has done, this is amazing, is that He's giving you a chance to just forget about you and claim a new identity. And that's through His Son, Jesus Christ. All right? I know you might kind of scoff and laugh at that. Maybe there's some agnostics that come around and listen to these things. I've had those folks drop by, and surprisingly enough, we get along a whole lot better than confirmed religious people who will argue on this for as long as you got, and I just don't anymore. Here's the truth. Okay, this is the amazing truth. Most everything of what you see going on in the insane world you live in is brought about by human beings and God. Yeah, He has subjected this world to futility. And if you look at the circus that's going on in D.C. and all of these different things, everybody wants justice and this and that, and everybody's upset and whine. And it's like, okay, well, we're just going to keep the heat rising until enough of you down there will just maybe believe the truth. And the truth is that I took care of your problem 2,000 years ago. The only problem you've got is in your own head, all right? God's not charging anybody with sin. God knows right and wrong, and you know right and wrong. Okay? But if you want to pass off your wrong as something relative, which is what most people do, well, you don't understand my situation. No, God understands it, though. You're in the same situation as everybody else, and you're in a human body, this flesh, and it's given away and going to die. Okay? So, what have you learned? Have you learned anything? Have you learned any truth? Because the only truth there is that God sent His Son into the world to pay the price for all of us so that we could live eternally in Him. The life you're living now is an illusion. I hope you realize that. I mean, it's even if it was, if it appears rock solid to you now at 30, give it a little time. It's very evanescent. It goes by very fast. So, I mean, the truth is found right in here. And the truth is that Jesus Christ came into the world to pay the sin debt. And He did. Took the body of sin, put it away. God's not looking at your flesh. That's imperfect. You can't even get it to do what... You can't stop it from sinning. You can't stop it from getting cancer. All right? It's useless and of no import to God. What He's concerned about is this inside your spirit. And He will give you that life inside when you come to Him in all honesty. But most people are, dishonest and liars. And this is, I could tell somebody, look, why don't you just read this one small chapter in the Bible, in a version here that you can understand, and make up your own mind. Oh, no, I'd rather believe somebody who tells me that the Bible is created in an opiate of the masses. Well, thanks for playing. God gave you a brain, and you chose not to use it. So, you see it all comes back on you. All right. I don't know. Most of you are already believers, so I'm probably preaching to the choir. But the reason it's crazy and the reason it's going to get crazier is that He wants it to become more and more futile in the hope that you'll just believe on something that's so simple a child could believe. But somewhere along the line, you've been taken aside and thought to think a little bit maybe more highly of yourself. Please think of all the human beings that have lived before you. And they, many of them in heaven now, relied on a simple truth. All right. But no, to you in modernity, that's just a little bit too complicated. So I, in earnest, I really pray that you'll just have a moment of weakness, because then you can turn to Christ and be made whole. All right, how's that?